Hey there, folks. This is Paul talking about Course in Miracles stuff. This is going to be a little video. I just want to let you know that I have some new books available. So over the years, I've actually written a lot of posts on Facebook and elsewhere talking about course topics, and probably more than 2 million words. Because I've saved the ones that are good. I saved the ones that were popular and that were longer and took time and effort to put together. So typically these posts are either all of my own writing, or they'll have some course quotes in there to back up what I'm saying, or it'll be looking at something that the course is saying and then having some comments about it and stuff. I've done a lot of writing over the years. So for more than 10, 15 years or so, I've been collecting articles that I've been writing. And somebody had the idea, it wasn't my idea. Recently they suggested maybe I should turn them into some books. Maybe more people would benefit from some of this stuff if they knew it existed. So then I was talking to Jesus about it. Should I do this? Is it worth doing this? And he said that he had sent that person to me to give me the idea. So it's like, okay, let's do it then. So I went through probably 2,000 articles and looked at the topics and tried to get a sense of what kind of books could these be and what would the topics be. So ended up with about 12 major topics and converted them into books. So you can now find, for example, this is Insights on God. And here's Insights on Suffering. So there's on Amazon, there's a series called Insights on A Course in Miracles. So you can just type in Insights on A Course in Miracles or Insights on ACIM, and it'll show you the books. Or you can search for my name, Books by Paul West or something. So I went through all those articles and found the best ones, and the ones that were most interesting, and the ones that were most helpful, insightful, the ones that people had liked and that were popular and that I felt were quite inspired. Some of them are really quite interesting, going back looking at just a great many topics, many different angles of looking at topics, lots of different ins and outs of various things. So once I put them together, it became very kind of interesting, just looking through all the different aspects of each subject. So I came up with 12 books, which ended up being about 1.2 million words, which is about 100 hours of reading time. And I'm still laughing about this every time I think about just how much material I had accumulated. It's kind of crazy. So here's the books are about God, the sons of God. Now the one about sons of God is also about relationships and other people and issues to do with other people and stuff like that, as well as the sons of God in heaven and souls and stuff like that. The third one is about the mind. Then we've got the body, the world, the ego, the Holy Spirit, miracles and healing, which focuses more on it doesn't get so much into trying to describe sickness and dying so much, because that's more kind of in the false perception area. So it focuses more on the truer perceptions, on actually healing and performing miracles, what are miracles and so on, and the moving up towards a more healed state, and that's what that focuses on. Then there's a book about forgiveness, a book on suffering. The suffering book is not so much to do with sickness, it's more to do with other types of suffering, so like fear, guilt, unworthiness, pain, conflict, arguments, and scapegoating and stuff like that. And then there's one on sickness and death, and then there's one on reality and dreaming. So there's 12 books, and they're available on the Kindle, which is an e-book. So either you own a Kindle device, and you can just buy the e-book, put it on your device, or if you don't have a Kindle, you can just use the free Amazon app, which you can download from Amazon and import your book there. Once you've bought it, you can just bring it in through your Amazon account, read it digitally. Then there's a paperback copy, and then there's a hardcover. So I found that on the hardcover, like this is an example, here's Insights on God hardcover, and this is the same book in paperback. So the thickness is about the same, but this has a bigger, nice quality cover. All the covers are like a matte finish, so they're not too glossy. And every one of the covers features a really nice aurora, because I once had an experience where I was out with my wife and we saw the aurora, and it was just so amazing and so cosmic and just stunning. It really left an impression on me, so I haven't seen it that great since. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to use some nice auroras to cover the book. So all the books have the same kind of covers, so you want to have the same kind of pictures and stuff. So this is the hardcover. Now I found that there was a limit to how many pages you're allowed to have in a hardcover edition. The limit is 550. This is 550 pages. This is the one on suffering. So what I found was that on some of these subjects, the thickness of these books are different. So like they might range from, I think the one on the Holy Spirit is the thinnest, is 230. This is book on God. This one is 400. Most of them are between about 350 and 550. So I actually had to leave out some articles in order to not go over the limit on some of these. About 3 of them I think kind of hit the limit. So these are available now on Amazon. The ebook is, well, I'll tell you, I wanted to just maybe make like $5 on a book or something. I wanted to maybe have like here's a nice book, here's hundreds of pages of material, I'll just ask you $5 for it. I thought that might be kind of reasonable. But then of course once you get into it and you start to look at the printing costs, and the Amazon takes a big cut out of it and stuff, and in order to get that $5, the ebook has to be several dollars, so I've put it at $9.99. You get a little bit more than $5 there. The paperback costs between $5 and $8 to manufacture, and then you've got Amazon takes a large chunk from the total price, more than they give to me. So in order to end up with about $5, I think it's actually about $4 to $5 on the paperback, I had to put it about $20. So $19.99 is the paperback cost. And then the hardcover is more expensive. You pretty much just add on about another $5 or so for the fact that it's just hardcover, the way it's bound and stuff. So I had to put that to $25.99 for the hardcover. Um, and on some of these I only get about $3 from one book, so not making a whole lot of money on these necessarily, but I just wanted it to be kind of affordable and um, not too expensive for people. So you can buy individual books. You don't have to buy the whole damn bunch of them. There's a lot. 12 books is pretty crazy, but there is that much material, and there's a, as as you read through if you go onto the Amazon site and you look at you can click on look inside the book or read a sample. You can look at the Kindle version, has more content freely available. They usually give about 5 chapters or so, and then the paperback edition has less that they give, but you can look. I've formatted things nice and modern. There's a nice modern font, and the line spacing is a bit more generous, and I've put the quotes from the course in little boxes and formatted them, and everything's been spell checked and grammar checked, and clear headings and titles and everything. So this is the back. The back pretty much looks the same on all of them. That's me. Yay. Actually, that's me from a previous video. So like there's 3 books, and if you can imagine there are 12. It's about 16 inches worth of book, so it's a lot of reading. There's like about 800 chapters in total. Most of them have around, I would say, about 60 to 90 or so chapters. Each chapter is an article, so you actually they're slightly grouped by subtopic, but it jumps around a lot because if you think about it, over time, I wasn't planning to do this at all. The thought never occurred to me. Not once did I think, oh, one day I'm going to turn these into books or something. Never thought about it ever at all until it was suggested by somebody. So they're pretty random in the subjects and the titles and stuff, so they don't necessarily follow on from each other. I did sort them by date, so the newest ones are first, so you'll get the best quality ones toward the front probably, but otherwise you can kind of just read them as you like. So what I did was I calculated the reading time. So if you see here, it says the reading time. This one is 4 minutes 10 seconds. It ranges from nothing shorter than 2 minutes up to, some of them are about 15 to 20 at most. So you can sort of pick and choose which ones you want to read, and you don't have to necessarily read them in order. You just go through the table of contents and just see, okay, here's some interesting titles, and just decide which one you want to read. And maybe you can just go through and sort of pick and choose which ones are interesting and read the ones that you like first. And maybe you can use the table of contents and just like mark off which ones you've read and which ones you haven't. I don't know. However you want to do it. So just letting you know, these are available now. I think that they will help a bunch of people, and not to brag or anything, but I'm not trying to like say, oh, I'm such an amazing person, I've made all these books, but as I go through them myself and read a lot of it and look back at what I wrote and all the subjects that were covered and everything, is quite impressive. Just the sheer amount of discussion and insight and inspiration that I received, and things that I wrote with the help of Jesus and the Holy Spirit, and it's been a journey, and I think it's a good time to share that material with more people so that more people can go through their own journey and benefit from some of these insights and experiences and metaphysical discussions and things that I think are quite valuable for a lot of people. So I just wanted to have more people know that this material is available and have them able to get access to it easily. So okay, it's turned into books, so you can go find this now on Amazon. It's on every Amazon website around the world. You can Amazon Co. UK, Amazon.Brazil, Amazon whatever. There's about 10 or so of them. If you buy a copy, I would certainly love to see a review. If you have a few minutes to leave a rating or a review, it always kind of helps things. So, but yeah, take a look, see if there's something that catches your eye. Just have a look through the different books and see if there's some topics and some subjects that sound interesting or helpful to you. Maybe they're all different. There's only a very small amount of overlap. There's just maybe each book has just maybe 2 or 3 articles maybe that are in another book as well, just because the subject matter was so kind of on the edge in sort of both topics, so I included it. But for the most part, every book has unique articles. So I cleaned them up, did some light editing, made them formatted nicer and easier to read, and tried to remove some of the swear words and stuff. So there's a few shits and bullshits left. Jesus said to leave them in. So anyway, so go to Amazon, take a look. Insights on A Course in Miracles is what the series is called, and then you can find all these lovely books and have fun. Hope it helps you. And I'm still working on another new book. I've got a new book project going. This one is a more deliberately created book. It's going to be targeted at trying to cover everything in the course in a more visual way, with a lot of pictures and diagrams and less writing, but trying to be deep and thorough but without watering anything down, but trying to keep it kind of simple. And it's quite challenging trying to cover what can be very deep, profound things in a short space of pages, but I'm going to try and do it, and we'll see. So it'll be a good book for most people, but especially for beginners, especially for people that are confused and struggling with A Course in Miracles. So still working on that. I'll let you know when it's available, and see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.